Blog Talk Radio.
Ask again.
Good evening and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. Tonight we welcome back to our show Thaao Penghlis and Leann Hunley. This past Friday, fans were delighted to see Tony and Anna return to the Dimension. So tonight we have as our guests Thaao and Leann. So we're hoping that you will call in at 914-338-1239 and be able to talk to them, ask them questions, let them know how you enjoy the show. So I think we have Leann here. Hi, Leann.
Good.
Hi. Hi
Hello,
there.
Leann.
Oh.
Hi, darling.
Oh,
how are
yes. There's Thaao.
I'm having a tequila.
He made it.
He's made his cocktail.
He has a cocktail.
He didn't share, though.
Is it the first one or the second?
No, it's the one and only.
Yeah.
The one and only. Wow.
We behave ourselves a little better these days.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It happens.
Well, that old saying, nothing in excess.
Yeah, I never really liked that saying.
Well, it's been around for 2,500 years, so it must mean something. And then, of course, it goes with know thyself right afterwards. Mm-hmm. So it was discovered on the ancient gate of Delos in the 2nd century.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, because my teacher Milton would talk about it. He'd always say, nothing in excess, and I said, but you have to know thyself. And then he'd get into an argument. I said, well, if you don't know yourself, you don't know what your excesses are.
That's exactly.
Anyway, so that was an old
That's a
Greek.
good point.
Yes.
Yes.
Leann's leaving us tomorrow.
I'm packing up. I'm heading up to Washington for the holidays.
Oh, fun. That'll be nice with your family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. That's your plans for Christmas?
I think it's raining, which is what I look forward to. I miss my rain. I was born in the rainforest, and I miss my rain. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it could snow, but I don't know if it is now. I think it's in the upper 30s or something. The only problem is there's no real gyms to work out in, or you can't. And so walking outside it's too cold.
Yeah.
This is the one problem with Washington, is that there's no real place to go and work out like we do here. And so today I went out and got a good hour walk in my neighborhood. It was all so beautiful and fresh and 70 degrees
so nice.
and really gorgeous. Yes, it was lovely. So,
we have lovely snow here. It's pretty.
Do you already?
You don't have to drive in it.
Yeah.
About a foot of it.
Country, because it doesn't spoil, but when you live in New York City like I did for 10 years, the whole idea of all that slush, because I remember my first day in New York and it snowed, and I raced out not knowing how cold it was with just a T-shirt and shorts. I've never seen snow before in my life, and I got into a play, but of course the next day I was ill.
Of course.
Terrible.
I've done that before. Having lived in Texas most of my life and then been in the Midwest, I can relate to that. I've gone out in the T-shirt and shorts and then been like, oh, this wasn't so smart.
Well, nothing for dogs' feet, I would think you would have to, because I've never had a dog in the snow, so when I see them walking, and I just think their toes got to be freezing.
Yeah, they have those little boots for them. Sometimes,
but I think God made them with the padding on their feet for a purpose.
True. That's true.
I mean, the
that's a good point.
Especially
dogs
up there.
The
that's
wisdom
true. the Iditarod and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got a birthday party tomorrow for 3 people.
Say it again. We can't. That was all garbled.
Yeah, your phone is kind of funny.
Is it really? Is it still funny?
Now it's better.
No, now it's better.
Say that.
Okay. Now, I have a friend of mine, Gustavo from Cuba. It's his birthday tomorrow, and so 3 of us are getting together. And so I went to Costco today, raced in and out, got food and left. So I'm going to do a seafood pasta and a salad.
But you didn't buy the Costco nuts, though, did you? You did not buy the Costco nuts. Please tell me that.
Costco nuts?
Remember
Costco
how
nuts. That's a running joke.
That's an old joke.
From past interviews.
you gave us
you
a
would
hard
never
time
buy
when
them.
we said we got nuts at Costco, and you're like, oh, I would never use Costco nuts.
No, no.
Does sound like you, honey.
No, I must. This period.
Does sound a little bit like you.
Do you have anybody waiting?
So
we do. Do you have a question, Anna? Before we'll take callers in, but go ahead if you want.
I did want. I was asking Leann before we started because we were talking about dogs just a minute ago. Do you still have a cat?
No, I haven't had an animal for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to Australia
Leann,
to do it. And then
but Leann,
Leann
had one.
I had a cat. I had 2 kitties. I lost one a few years ago, but I lost my long-living girl. She was 21. I lost her this summer, and she got through the initial lockdown all the way into the summer with me. But she was struggling at the end, and it still hits me every once in a while. I keep thinking she's going to follow me into the bedroom or into another room. So I miss my girl, but it's also the first time in 21 years that I've not had to make arrangements when I might leave town. You know, I've always had to have somebody fill in. Many years ago, I had to get a friend take care of my cat for 3 months because I went down to North Carolina to work on that show down there, and I was down there 3 months, and when I came back, she said, I'll keep your cat. I like your cat. And I said, it's my cat. You can't have her.
That's not the
anyway, it has given me a little bit of freedom that I never knew I would appreciate, but I do just for a little while. I'll probably get somebody new, but not right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and since you're going to see your family and everything this week, But I send my condolences because I have almost a 15-year-old that I'm still nursing through diabetes and everything. So.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, our fur babies are our family. So all right.
Yes.
So that's I just wanted to check on your kitties. So. All right.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
you.
You ready to? So I'll see who's on here first here. Okay, we have Andrea. Yeah, Andrea.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Andrea.
She got in.
There she is.
Hi.
We got her.
Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Andrea. Yes,
hello,
we can.
Leann's here.
Hello. Hi there.
Yeah, I hear. Hello, everybody. Leann, I wanted to first comment. I saw yesterday's episode this afternoon, so it was nice and fresh in my mind. And that dress that you were wearing was so pretty and sparkly. I love it, and I'm wondering if you picked it out to wear, or did they ask you if you'd like to wear that, or do you get a choice?
Well, I usually leave it up to the wardrobe department. Thaao is actually an active part in what he's wearing, and he's very good at that because he has a wonderful sense of style. But I often rely upon the wardrobe. Richard Glore is wonderful, and he offered me that and a couple of other things, and I went right for the glitz, and I said, I think we need a little shot of glitz and glam, and I always say, if you don't like what it looks like, decorate it, just
decorated. I loved it.
You did.
I loved it. It was really it made things so Christmassy and festive. Yes.
Leann, tell them. Hello, can anybody hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Tell Andre about how you and I discussed what we're going to wear the first day coming back, so we would be in sync with each other. And
yes.
we talked about the black because we realized we're going to be in that study that kills anyone. It's so ugly.
The walnut wall.
Smaller.
True.
And the handkerchief was a nice touch.
I mean,
the handkerchief was a nice touch.
Who walks in with brown? And the whole walls are all brown. No, but nothing reflects. I mean, nothing bounces.
I don't think anybody could look their best in that room. It's a kind of an odd thing. I don't know what
well, you just sparkled, Leann, and you just shined as usual, Thaao.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. I have a question.
This is
for Thaao.
Hey, can I, Andrew, just let me say one thing. My handkerchief, when I saw the attractions, the handkerchief looked like it was having a flood. I mean, it just was hanging over. And I looked at it and then I noticed what happened to it was Billy tickling me, and his hands went up my chest, and then he kind of pulled the handkerchief out further. So I felt it looked like something of a clown, you know.
Oh, it looked good. That was when
it looked great.
When you first came in and he hugged you, right? Is that when that happened? Because I saw him go right to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. It still looked good. You couldn't look like a clown.
But the door wouldn't open, so Leann and I had to make up the entrance.
It's true, I forgot that.
And I couldn't believe. I said, usually when we come back, there's some mystery going on. So you get excuse me, good thing about it was on a Friday. But, that we would come in and there'll be some mystery or, the way they reveal. But this time we're coming through in a corridor, and I turned around, and Leann will back me up on this. I turned around to the director and I said, "This is a terrible opening."
Yes, he did say that.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Behind him, all the way behind him.
And on top of it, we can't go on the floor outside the space of the scene. Even though we've been tested and we passed the COVID test, we still have to wear the mask until we get onto the set of our scene. And then being on that way, I thought, wow, not only is it a narrow space, we're surrounded by brown. And so...
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah. So it was not a entrance, and it's better than I thought it would be because the way they cut it. And it was good because Billy and I always play with each other like Leann and I do. There's always a playfulness, so that when we get serious, we have a contrast. And so, and that was the entrance, and it just was the first day, we couldn't really, after all this time, that we were doing this, and it was festive. I like coming in, and I'm sure Leann does, where there's some kind of mystery or some kind of search for something, I like that. But this was festive, it was nice, it's Christmas, and Leann and I, had a certain idea. We discussed how we'd walk in and what we wanted to do, and it all changed.
Well, you just lit up the place. You really did. I mean, it was just like you two walking in, just like, I don't know. It just lit up the whole place. So.
A new energy.
Thank you.
I would say a new energy when they come back.
Well, I have some.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead,
Andrew.
Okay. Well, I have something else that I wanted to ask on a different note. So I hear word on the street, Thaao, is that you're doing some kind of a podcast in 2021, and I know very little about it. Like, that was all I know. So I
know very little about it too. It was actually discussed from my manager in Canada, who said, you'd like to tell those stories, so why don't we do the podcast? Should be great. So I decided I was going to do something about treasure. And how I discovered my own treasures on the journeys I took. and this was into Turkey and into Greece and parts of Germany in telling this story. And so I think I've written it in 3 parts, and I have to now look and see how I would approach, because I think the opening is very important and how you grab an audience. So it has to have kind of a mystery, or people love treasures. You know what I mean? Who doesn't like to dig into gold or find a jewel? I mean, they're kind of special times. I mean, I've had that experience in Egypt, and so I like to sort of start that way. And so I'm working on it now. I've written it, but now it's about interpret what I need to say.
Well, that will be exciting. I'll be definitely looking forward to that. I subscribe to podcasts, but I don't listen to them very often. I get distracted, or I'm more like a visual person. I want to see and hear, but I mean, if it's the right person, I know that I would listen to your podcast because you're interesting and you're the right person. So I think that I will definitely enjoy it.
I'll even have Leann on as my guest. And I was thinking hey, I would have around the dining table, the people that I like today, not a lot of them, but a few of them, I would have around the table. We would have the microphone and talk about what happens off camera. And I would be serving the food, and we would talk about what we were eating, and also how about the show. And I'd have Deidre and Lauren.
Yes, you guys, that would be great to have all you. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Facebook watch.
Lunch with the vets.
I'll be tuning into this podcast, definitely.
Yes, with all the vets. That would be.
Would you do something where you're visual, like the Facebook watch, where we can watch you and do one of your recipes or talking with your friends, so we would be able to also see everything? So I know I've seen a lot of pictures of things, and I've seen you do radio shows in your home, and you have a lot of beautiful things in there, and it would be kind of exciting to also see while you're talking as well, if that's something that you might ever want to consider.
First, just to try it out, it's a lot of work, because I've noticed, I've read some other people and watched them, the way they play those. They've got terrific voices. They also are very knowledgeable of what they're talking about. And but I thought, with the team who've been together all these years, and even though Leann, had about a decade where she wasn't on days, but she was doing other terrific miniseries and series, and yet nothing changed, She and I have always had a kind of rapport that a need, because a friend of mine said it. He says, I just love the way you two show not just your relationship, but how about your friendship. You're so comfortable with each other. Isn't that right?
So that shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice?
Totally saw that today.
Did you notice on the show yesterday when Tony went to leave the room and he whispered in my ear?
Yes.
Behave.
I heard that. Behave.
Yes, I love that.
And he knew she wouldn't behave.
That was
and I was going to stick it to Glennie over there in the corner.
That was Thaao.
And the smile, the look on his face when he said it. It was almost as if he wished he wished he could be a fly on the wall as she tore Glenn apart.
Poor Glenn.
Interrogated Glenn. But that was Thaao. And when he said that to me, because we were just kind of talking about running our lines and everything, and he threw that in, and I went, oh, my God, I love that. I could work with that.
Well, because it set her up with what she was going to do, because it tempted her.
It worked.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
When she patted that couch, I couldn't stop laughing because she knew Bill was in trouble.
Sit down, honey.
I was just thinking that, he's like, he doesn't really like it when it's turned on him, but he likes it when she's doing that to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
We go to another guest.
Yes, we can. Andrea, are you still there? Do you have anything else? Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here. No,
Andrea, thank you very much for coming, love.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea.
I think we have, thanks, Andrea. We have Stacy.
You're welcome.
Oh, my God, from Australia.
Oh, from Australia.
Yeah. Oh, my
Hi,
God.
Thaao. Hi, Leann. I told you I would call in, and I'm calling in. So just a brief question for you both. First of all, the show was great yesterday. Always exciting to see you pair back on the screen. The question I had was, during the pandemic, have either of you done anything new that you haven't done before, like a new hobby or something along those lines? Maybe. I was just curious about that.
Well, from my perspective, what I did was pull out all my jewelry and polish it and separate it out. You know how you gather things and you just throw them in? And because as an actress over the years, jewelry is a big prop for me because I go on, auditions and interviews, and it's like Thaao and his scarves and things that he uses. But so I have quite a bit of costume jewelry and some good pieces as well. And I got out my silver polish and separated everything out and figured out what I've got and put some names on some pieces. And so that was part of what I did. And then I one day, for some reason, was looking at a coin, and I started going into the numismatic world. I started looking through coins to see if I had $1 million quarter in my possession.
Did you find anything fun?
I found one that's either worth 25 cents or $3 million, and I put it away, and I don't know where I put it now. But I was there's a whole world out there.
Leann, all of your guests will be checking under the seat cushions of your couch from
I'm telling you, there's a whole world in that. And when you look online and you see these guys are describing how they find them, and so there I was digging through drawers looking for extra change to see if anything would be important or special. And like I said, I've either got $1 million lined up or I got nothing.
Thinking about doing, because I have a collection of things like that, and it's like I thought, that would be really fun to research online. So that's inspiring me to get on that.
I hope people out there.
I hope you find it, and I hope it's worth $3 million.
TP, what about you? TP, what did you get up to?
I just want to follow the conversation on the coins.
Oh, sorry.
It took me back to Damascus in Syria, and I'd taken a trip up north. The war was ravaging along the way, and so we had to be careful how we traveled. And so we went to a wonderful area where there was phenomenal ruins. And I remember standing there, and this guy was digging, and he had these ancient coins. And I bought them off of him right at that minute. And I made some of them necklaces and gave them to the family and to some friends. But, coins to me, I never, because I always thought, coins are small. And I don't like things small, they get lost.
Yeah.
Well, but when you hold a coin that's been in the ground for over 2,000 years,
yeah.
The area is called Baalbek, and some of the most amazing ruins in Lebanon, and it was just stunning because we had to cross the border, but it was just absolutely stunning, and to think those coins, that you touched them for the first time since those 2,000 years ago. So it does give you a lot of feel. Leann's argument about her coin and all that is maybe of a different, story because of what we just never know what the value of things. But that was just something about standing there that I like. To your question, I think I've cooked for friends who have been really diligent, and really you find out who your friends are and how they relate to you with this COVID, and so everybody, everyone's precious in a way. You don't want to be responsible for anything except to, So I cooked a lot, and that I did, and also I've been doing a lot of research for the podcast. So there's just so many stories to tell. I mean, we just kind of I could tell a story every day, and so that's what I was doing.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Thaao, you mentioned in the past your third book that you're working on. Is that something still in the pipeline or in progress, or
6 short stories? And which at the end of each story, there's a section on cuisine, and it's called Culture and Cuisine. And so it's slowly in the process, but I didn't feel I needed to rush on this. Written some good stories, and there was one that was just published in some of a digest again, the arrogance of a loser, and it just, but Leann knows my stories, and I've been on the same story, so I understand why the old bards had the audience they did in their pubs or wherever they were. Or the Middle East, they would tell, and in Greece, they would tell the story of the ancients, So, they were the orators of their time. So to get up on the stage in front of an audience and just be able to tell them a story and not bore them, I mean, I gotta tell you, people don't listen. You have to know what the silence is about that you're facing. Sure. You can tell when you're listening if they're listening, or you don't want to see too many bodies moving. I did a piece of theater where I screamed out from the lines, get out, get out, get out in the lines. And do you know the people in the front actually got up to leave, and they said, "Oh my God, he was so rude." And that was just the play. So you just never know what stories come through, and so.
Well, I can't imagine anyone being bored by a story you could possibly tell, so that just doesn't really comprehend in my brain, but it's all good. I'm being
in the middle of a story because it's like they're not they need to talk. So this is what happens when you get older. A little wisdom pops up its head, and you're a better listener, hopefully.
So last time we spoke, I didn't listen too well, I recall. I don't know whether you recall. Hopefully you don't recall, but I was well trained for this call. I'm holding back and letting not my interrupting mouth kick in. Anyway, I think that's all I sort of really wanted to ask.
Like the show yesterday?
What was that?
Did you like the show?
I did. I did like the show. I certainly did like the show. Yep, I did. So actually right now I'm sitting talking to you guys in my car looking outside on the beachfront here in Melbourne, on the peninsula.
Beautiful.
So nice day. It's pretty good. Quite different to what you guys have got to go over there with the cold and the whatnot. I probably should go over. I just wanted to touch base and say hello to both of you. Thanks for your time and stay safe out there. It's been lovely. Hopefully we'll get another chance down the track, guys. All right, well, take care, and thank you for that, and I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Stacey.
Bye-bye. No worries.
For calling.
Bye-bye. No worries.
Bye.
Thank
you. We have another Michelle.
What's Michelle's last name?
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, it's Michelle from Maryland.
Hi,
Michelle. Kelly girl.
How you doing?
Hello.
The return of Tony and Anna is the only thing that would get me to return to Days. Friday's episode was the first one I've watched in quite a while.
Why? Are you not appreciating it?
No.
Right.
No.
What's missing for you?
You guys are missing for me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. Yeah. Everything is just too weird, and you guys just bring a breath of fresh air. I'm like such a long-time fan. When I was about 13 in the 80s, I took a permanent marker to my clothes and I wrote Anna DiMera Designs in the back of everything.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
I love hearing that because nobody remembers Anna DiMera designs anymore.
Oh my gosh, of course.
We do. I've forgotten that because they have some new designer line there. And I'm always wanting to say, hello, I was a designer. Although I took all the credit for it, I didn't do the designs. My name was on it.
Your name was on it. Your name was on my clothes, for sure. I wanted to be Anna, for sure.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
So I'm just wondering how long will you guys be back?
Well,
we don't know right now.
Come on.
It's basically just a short little stint for the time being, but everything is in flux. You know, you can imagine the way COVID is handled, you know, the fact that they have been able to resume production. First of all, the idea that they had enough shows to put on the air all the way into October to keep people occupied was pretty much a miracle. We used to think that because they were so far ahead that, you know, they couldn't fix storyline if it wasn't working and that sort of thing.
Right.
But it turned out in this strange year, they were the only show with original programming that made it all the way to October.
It ended up being a blessing.
And it was a blessing. And so the fact that they've come back to work, now bear in mind, as Thaao mentioned earlier, it's not an easy thing to do right now because everybody is on pins and needles. You must be tested before you walk in the door. You must not be near each other. You know, here's a behind-the-scenes secret. Everybody's doing their own hair and makeup. And we get 10 minutes with a makeup artist and 10 minutes with a hairstylist. And so it's really...
No rehearsing.
There's no rehearsing except over the phone. It's very distant. So if you can forgive a little bit of what's going on, that's part of what's happening. And also they're trying to give everybody a shot at things, I think, right now. So we're grateful just to be around, just to have a good time because we enjoy each other and love each other. And you know,
I think
one moment.
Because we've known, and because we're part of the vets, because we've known so many of the actors, right now the essence of having any warmth towards each other because we can't be in each other's rooms or in the hallways, so you're very isolated. But because of our history together, we do have a foundation which we come onto the show, and that's what we bring in. See, like when I'm with Diva, or as opposed to when I'm with Leann, when I met my brother for the first time, Jake, you know, the bro, and I thought, oh my God, it certainly is not a DiMera I know, and it could hopefully they'll build on that because I think we need some. You know, families getting into struggles, you know, especially males.
Yes.
And, you know, then your wife, like Leann, Anna, would be coming bashing my ear and telling me what I should do, that it's not good, and that hopefully she doesn't say, let's leave town again. So I hope...
Darn Anna.
I liked when Leann said, somebody said, oh, you came in for Christmas or something, and she said, or Leann, or Anna said something like, we'll be here for Christmas and beyond. And I thought, oh, I love that. I don't know how long beyond is, but I like that word.
Yeah, that was good. And I mean, it was, and even working with Kristen, you know, it wasn't easy after because everything is dark. You know, there was one thing about having our studios, everything was lit up in some way so that you had a perspective of the size of the studio. Oh, it's so intimate that you feel like you're in a cave.
Yes.
You know, and so it doesn't warm your heart. You've got to be able to tap into that as quickly because of clarity. But, you know, you also have to think, I know a lot of actors don't, but for me, I have to know which room I'm in because I know what I'm wearing is going to, I don't want to fade in, with wool. You don't wear brown in that room. You know, so... You know, the sets, everything. To me, it's a package. I'm in control of certain things, and Leann is in control of her certain things. Mine in the fashion part is very important because it works with me what I'm doing that day. It's not just the costume. It works it works with what I'm doing. And the same with when Leann wore the black. You know, she had dazzle. It affected her.
It's a prop.
Came in, and so and the way I came in, it was suddenly there was this. How do you create a presence? That was the thing, you know, because that's what I was trying to do. As I was talking with Leann about it, how do we get in our entrances, even though it was destroyed? But toys.
They sort of fixed it. It was worse before you made a comment, and then they fixed it to come through the way we did. Otherwise, it would have been we were just standing there out of the blue.
Oh my gosh!
Imagine our entrances are with our backs. Our entrances into the scenes onto that stage was with our backs originally, and I said, "This is a terrible entrance. Who wants to back first entrance?"
Yeah,
yeah, that's not good.
No, so we had to kind of fix it up, and so we had next, which was profile, which was fine, and Billy and I, because we have our relationship and we get along, always.
Yeah, the tickling was funny.
That was really cute.
You know, he was tickling and doing all that thing because that's how he really feels. You know, he wants with me.
He was happy. Billy was happy to see you.
It was so cute. It was so cute. It was a really authentic moment. It really was. That was really sweet.
Yeah. And that's what you need to bring, and that's what the DiMeras, to me, have a certain shade as opposed to the other show. And, you know, Leann, who's so fair, walks in, and she's that, you know, in The Godfather, she was a blonde, you know, the wife. She wasn't an Italian like everyone else. It was a whole different appearance to come into that frame. And the same thing with Leann. When we walked in, the blonde comes in, you know, and it was great, you know, because that was part of her beauty, and that is part of her beauty, and also how we were in the beginnings. As I said to Leann, I always remember to our beginnings and remember where we came from, because it's been a while. And remember, we had a certain sophistication. Remember, Leann? I said that to you. That we had a certain.
Say what?
Well, I said there was a certain. Remember our sophistication on the show.
Yes.
There's a tendency, because the way things are done and everything's fast, but we're still getting product out. And Leann was right about what she said about how difficult the struggle of getting this down together, that nobody has to be infected to close down an entire studio. So they're very careful, expensive, not cheap what they're doing. And at least you know you're safe, and also that you know that you don't have it. And because it's rampant. And so
they're testing, because they're testing all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, our first day together was that way, and you know, we haven't done a lot of shows. You know, Leann's got some in January. I don't, but I did a certain amount. But it's left open because the stuff that I do with Jake, which I like very much. But Leann's got other business to do. She's more involved with girls this time around, which I like. I think it's great, don't you, Leann?
Yeah. I just have a few shows that I still to film. Basically, we actually will show up again. You guys will see us again around the New Year. So approaching New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then in the weeks, in a few days, in a week or two after. So you'll see us into January. And then
good.
I have a few more to film in January.
In what episode is Anna nailing Gwen to the wall permanently?
She exposed her.
I'm just kidding. When did she get exposed? When did she expose her?
I don't really remember which script it was, but I kind of do it. Yeah, you can watch, because you'll see Abigail and Anna get into the hijinks. We're kind of, it's like little Nancy Drew going on there. So you'll see that coming up. So that's kind of fun.
What's different this time around is that Leann and I are not really together, in maybe at the beginnings and the ends, but in between. What I like they've given Leann as Anna is that she has, you see another side of her, which is clever, funny.
Are they bringing back that Anna that we've known and loved for years, but she's getting to actually show that part again?
That's
just
good.
not quite so selfish all the time.
But right. Yeah.
True.
As I say in the beginning, we've made so many friends in Europe and everything. It's kind of elevated our characters. And so when Leann comes back, because I felt before the chasing of Tony with the ashes, she had to play a certain part of a character that really wasn't, to me, her. And,
right.
And I feel like now what Calavati's done is that is brought the old Anna back with the same humor and the same, inclusiveness and not a fool, you know what I mean? And so with the way she plays it, I mean, I saw her hand tapping that couch. I just was hysterical because she gave you an invitation to something that was funny, but at the same time, the way she played it was also, it was serious.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And so everybody, women especially, get drawn into that because it's about gossip and it's about finding all that stuff out, And Leann
and there's also that protective quality too. She senses there's something off about this person, and she's protective of her family as well. Like, I'm going to figure this out.
Is anybody else next?
Michelle, did you have anything else?
No, I'm just Days needs you, in my opinion, and I thank you for doing this. It's a great holiday treat. And I'm going to go get myself another glass of champagne.
Michelle, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming on board and taking the time.
Michelle.
Thank you for calling, Michelle.
Okay, let's see. We have.
Bye-bye.
I
thank you.
I said they finally brought the smart DiMeras back because none of the other ones can figure out what Gwen is doing. So now that Tony and Anna are back, they got the smart ones back now.
That nanny Gwen. But I will say, building on something Thaao said a few minutes ago, because he was talking about how it's been kind of fun, as much as we enjoy working together, it's been fun for us to work with other actors as well, and then come back together. And when I watched the show last night, I got to hear him say lovely things about Anna to Kristen in prison that I didn't know he said.
Yes.
Because I was in those scenes.
That was so
sweet.
Really
lovely. It's a little strange. Sometimes you feel like you cross the line between reality and fantasy.
True.
But it was really nice. He said
it's
nice
about Leann too.
Anna.
Yes, and I said sincerely, didn't I?
Sincerely,
you did.
I think you were sincere.
Means one takes, and coming back after a year, and how is your memory, and how do you? Because you stumble at times. It's a technique. But now we're confronted with COVID, so we have to play it a different way. No rehearsal. You come on, you better know your lines down. And everybody was terrific. All the actors were up to par. It was great. And under the, an actor goes on, the old saying, the obstacles that were presented, how do you work within that frame? And for those who can, will survive. And those who can't will be passed over. At this point, you don't want to hear an actor making complaints with what they have to do.
Exactly.
With what they have to do and what they're responsible for. So, you go in and you bring your best forward. And every actor that we worked with certainly had their best foot forward.
Yes. Yes.
No, that's good to hear.
Okay.
All right. We have Nikki.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki.
Nikki. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Nikki.
And hi, Thaao.
Nikki, how are you?
Hello.
Good. It's been so long since I've talked to you. I've missed you guys.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, my God, it must be cold.
It's about 40 degrees. Not too bad.
Oh, that's not cold.
No, that's warm.
Snow?
That's quite warm, isn't it, for this time of year in Chicago? That seems pretty balmy.
It is. We don't have any snow yet.
Oh, I see.
Wow. So I do have a question for you two together, but first I wanted to tell Leann, I don't know if you were aware of this, but back when you were filming Blissful Lives, I got really close with Jennifer, you know, as one of your Diva girls. And after the movie finished, I actually flew over to Texas and I did my college internship with her.
Oh wow!
And
very good.
From her, I learned a lot about fiction writing and to publish a book was my childhood dream. And I remember you told me like years ago to go for that dream. And so I finished my internship and I graduated, and now I'm a published author at Barnes & Noble. So I wanted to say thank you.
Well,
congratulations.
Great. How lovely. What is your book about?
It's a historical romance novel set during World War II.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What's it called?
It's called On This Day.
That's a nice title. I like that. On This Day.
Thank you.
How nice.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. That's really wonderful.
Yes, congratulations.
I know. I mean, it would have happened if I wasn't one of your fans, so it's just crazy how things go.
Wow. Well, I feel that makes me feel, you know, very good just because, you know, we as entertainers are just trying to make people happy. Really, that's what most of this is all about. And if we can affect a life in a certain way, that's, to me, that's why I do it. You know, it's not for the money, believe me. It's not for the glamour, although I like a little glamour. And it's not for getting ahead because, you know, we're lucky. Thaao and I are part of a really great crowd of people. We're working actors, and I'm always grateful that I'm a working actor. And I'm not a big-time movie star, but I'm a working actor. And to me, that is, you know, I got into this to be an actor, not to be a movie star. And so as a result, if I can affect anything, it's like when I feel the same when I hear from a doctor who says, I know who you are. I watched you on Days of Our Lives. And I say, why would a doctor be watching Days of Our Lives? Well, because they go in and make their rounds in the middle of the day when patients have that on their television in the hospital, and they're looking up and they start to recognize the people on the screen, and they see it every day. And you affect. And you might affect some change. You might make somebody happy while they're not well. Yes. And so for me, those are very meaningful moments. So I'm grateful that I could maybe give you a little inspiration, and I'm really grateful for you to tell me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I did have a quick question for both of you. And I can't believe I never asked you this before, but I always wondered, back in 2007 when Tony and Anna reunited on the island, what was your first reaction to the characters coming back after 20 years? Did you immediately call each other up and have a tiny celebration, or were you nervous? I'm just curious.
It was never 20 years later. I don't remember it being that long. I think the longest.
Oh, it was. No, it was, honey, because I had left, and first you left in the fog and left me on a dock back in the 80s. And then I didn't come back for 21 years or something like that. So when we did come back, it was about 20 years later. But we kept in touch all that time. So for us, you know, it's a sliding scale of time, to tell you the truth. And I think that we're always grateful that we get the opportunity to work together, especially on the show.
Aww.
Aren't we, honey?
That's awesome.
Just checking.
Just checking. I was thinking the other day when
just
you
say
and
yes,
I
Leann.
a lot and go and have and go to the movies and have dinner a lot, and it hasn't happened in such a long time.
Such a long time.
Yeah.
Such a long.
But he's had me over for dinner. He's made me dinner. pretty lovely.
Oh.
And you know, our Thaao just
could open a cookbook with the amount of dinners I've cooked for you.
Well, I could write a chapter or two. It's true. But it was just Thao's birthday
cook
last
because
week.
none of my friends cook. Nobody.
Well, who could compete with that? I mean, really.
Very hard.
Really.
You know, but you know what? I'm gonna
intimidated.
Over all
You're
these
intimidated.
Years. If I were
Oh my
your,
God!
your
What
friendship circle,
excuses?
and I've been going to your house for all those years, and then what? You're gonna come to my house and eat Costco nuts? I mean, what do you? You know, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
I'll cook for you, Thaao. Come to my house. I'll cook you a good dinner.
Yeah. Please.
I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be afraid.
Well, it's not like he doesn't have an opinion about it, but
right.
but he is generous, and I will say this: I love him dearly. He is generous to his friends and to the people that he admires, and to his family. He's an extraordinary man and a great gentleman. So I told you, my darling. And,
thank you.
Merry Christmas. And I kept trying to say happy birthday to him, which was only a few days ago.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday.
I accidentally knocked my drink over on the couch. And
I think it's really neat that you share your gift. That's truly a gift that you bring such magic to the dinner table and everything, and I think it's something, a gift that I definitely don't have. So I admire it as if you were an artist painting a portrait or something. I mean, it's definitely a gift, and it's neat that you share it. It's wonderful that you share that gift with others.
Well, I used to go to dinner parties where everything was covered in tablecloths and with the best of plates and glasses and silverware, and conversation, always interesting. And I got that training in New York when I worked at the UN for a year. I met all these people, and I would go to their homes and then play Italian canasta with money later and have Dom Perignon champagne and chocolate. So in my early 20s, I was brought up that way. So I went through a pretentious period, thinking the importance of it all. You had to be there at 7 o'clock. You had to be in the elevator going up at 7. I mean, the precision of things. So I grew up in that kind of an atmosphere. But the great thing was the way they presented food. They would have their hors d'oeuvres. They would have the caviar and champagne, and you sit there from 7 o'clock to 7:45. That's how precise it was. From 7:45, you'd go and sit at the dining table, and the servants would bring in the food and present them in front of you, and you would take your portion and put it on your plate. And you're surrounded by this beautiful artwork and people who worked at the UN who were rather bitchy in many ways, but it was always a presentation. And then after that, you'd go in and you'd have the champagne and the imported French chocolates, and you'd play canasta, and it was all very serious, and it was serious money. And so that was what I did for quite a few years, and that was part of my beginnings. And so I was always interested in food and presentation, because to me the whole picture is you don't present a thing without its frame. You don't present a frame without its picture. So with dinner, you don't present anything where it would look unattractive to eat. So you've got to present it as part of a overall piece and balance it out. But you have to do it with joy and interest and development. And at the same time, it's about the love you have for the people you're invited. And so when they're at the door and they come in, they're embraced by a certain sound, maybe music playing, certain lighting, certain beauty on the table, whatever it is, the smells of the food. You come into it. And that's what makes you feel comfortable. Because, firstly, I've never had anybody who left my house who got sick. I've never had anyone who ever came to my house and complained that the food was terrible. So it's the presentation is important, and it takes time. But, after all these years, you would think that the people who who traveled with you are worth it.
Leann's worth it.
I have this vision of being at Thao's last year and Deidre sitting there she had speared a scallop, and she was sitting there with it like in her hand like an ice cream cone, and she was nibbling all the way around this scallop on this fork and saying, you might just find me here in the morning. I mean, it was so delicious. And those are those moments when, you make something so good, there are capers involved, so it is good, and there might be some lemon. Oh, yeah, it's pretty divine. Pretty divine.
She was sitting there to this place, to my house, this house before, and so she was sitting there, and so I was cooking the scallops, and I saw her face, and I had just poured the capers over the melted butter with the scallops and with lemon juice, and then I took one on a small fork, and handed it to her, and she went into seventh heaven. It was kind of wonderful.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, Thaao, Leann, it was great talking with you guys again. God bless, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you, love.
Same to you. Happy holidays. God bless.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Nikki.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Nikki.
Okay. Let's see. Oh no, don't we have anybody else?
Mary Ann,
I wanted to ask
Jen wants on.
Yes. Who's that, Jen? Oh, okay.
Jen wants on.
Okay.
No, she wants on.
She's on? Okay, hi, Jen.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Jen.
Hey there. I got a question for Thaao. I'm a history major. What is the favorite place you have visited in the world?
Which is the furthest place?
No, the favorite.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, probably, oh, God. I've traveled mostly to Greece and Italy, but I've done Egypt 14 times. Same with Cuba. I like to go back to things. I don't like to just think, you pass through it. You have to sit down sometimes to take places in. And so I would say it's between Greece and Egypt.
Oh.
Because one is very ancient. Both have made great contributions to the art in life. Their cultures are amazing. The Greek culture much more, because the Greek culture was also because of the Ottomans who invaded Greece. They became part of the people who left and went to Italy and were part of the creation of the Renaissance. And so a lot of Greeks who went over, a lot of the intricacies that you see were also Greek influence in Italy at the time, if you look at the migration of people. And I always, for me, it's always discovering. It's always discovering, because there's so much to discover. You can't take it all in once. It's like saying you pass through Ohio and then you want to talk about knowing about it, and it doesn't apply. You have to live it. You have to be in it. So I would say to your question, and a long-winded answer, Egypt and Greece.
Oh, wow. And Greece is like the foundation of modern governments, too.
Right. Well, I would think because they created democracy, and so their history is still alive and well. Mm-hmm. Small country, poor country, but what it has as its essence is irreplaceable. The same with Egypt.
Definitely.
The same with Italy.
Well, Thaao, this is on the heels of Jen's question. Carrie Sachs, she was also with our Diva team but couldn't call in right now, had texted me a question earlier, and she wanted to know, of all the places you've been, and it may be between Egypt and Greece, based on what you were just saying, if you could only go back to one more place, where would it be? And maybe it'd be between those two. But if you could only go to one place one more time, where would it be?
Well, the trouble is, it's such a difficult thing to answer, because Greece is something that is part of my heritage. also part of my passion. I also love it because of its light. And even though it can be heavy-handed, the Greeks, the light that it permeates the country is incredible. And the history is amazing, and the cuisine is amazing. But when you go to Egypt, as much as it has its ancients, and as much as it has, an incredible culture, its cuisine is limited for me. A big meat eater, so it's kind of limited. But they still have fresh food, seafood and all that. But the light is different. The light you can't replace. So I would probably say Greece.
Greece. Okay, I'll let her know.
Because I also know its language, and also its culture. So even though my great grandparents came from Alexandria in Egypt, as Greeks, I still would say the country, the light of the country, is what attracts me.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I'll let her know what you said.
Yeah. Okay. Leann, do you have anything more to say?
No, I just want to wish everyone a Merry, Merry Christmas, a happy and healthy and safe New Year, and let's pray for beautiful things next year.
Yes.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to both of you. Everybody get their
Merry
vaccine
Christmas
and be healthy next year.
Merry Christmas to you all, and we just want you to know you've brought us a lot of holiday joy seeing you on screen and hearing your voices tonight, and we appreciate so much your sharing of your time and your talents.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that you appreciate
spending time. Oh, yes. It's always fun to have you on and see you back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well,
okay. Merry Christmas.
Care.
Good night, girl. Good night, ladies.
Bye. Take care.
Safe travels
Bye-bye.
to Washington. Bye-bye.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.